Saving your own tomato seeds can be an easy, enjoyable, and free process which will save you money for years to come, so you don't have to purchase seeds from a supplier. You want to follow a few suggestions for best success. One being, you want to save your tomato seeds or any vegetable or fruit seeds from organic or heirloom variety plants, meaning that those plants will carry on the traits of the parent plant. Hybrids, on the other hand, are not a genetically modification of any sort, but they are plants that have been grown specifically in controlled climates to get a better offspring. For example, a grower or a gardener may choose to cross-pollinate the parent plants of one that produces heavy fruit and one that is drought tolerant to get a seed or a plant that will produce heavy fruit and is drought tolerant. This is considered an F1 or F2 variety. If you choose to save those seeds and plant them the following year, there is a very, very high probability that the plant that you will get will be a tomato plant, but it will morph back into one of the parent plant's varieties, or even farther back in the heritage of the tomatoes that have been brought up through those strings of varieties. So heirloom, organic, best way to save those seeds. And you want to take and find the type of the ones you want to save, and you want to wait until they're fully ripe. If not overripe would be ideal. And then you want to take and put them in a jar. You can use a mason jar, it's fine. Squish them, get them all loosened up, it's going to be slimy. You want to get them all in a jar, and then fill that jar with water. Cover it with either a paper towel or a cloth, or in this instance we've used a coffee filter. The importance of covering it, not using a lid, is because you want this to breathe. But you also don't want all the insects in the world to get in there and mess up, get it drowning in it. So you'll let this set for 3 or 4 days until you begin to see a mold grow on the top of the jar. This is good. You're allowing the seeds to ferment in the jar. The fermentation is the important process of this whole procedure here, because tomato seeds, when you cut a tomato open, you'll see the seeds have a slime on them. That is a protective coat that nature has put on the seed in order for when the plant drops its fruit, the seed can stay viable. It's like a little protection coat on it until spring. What you're doing is you're removing that gelatinous slime off the seed in the fermentation process. Once you see the mold form at the top of the jar, then you can you can pour this in a sieve, get all the particles of tomatoes off of it, and simply spray off the seed. Put it on a ceramic plate or a wax piece of paper and let them dry in an indirect light area for about a week, and then you can save them in a zip top bag, in an envelope, in a jar, and you want to label them because you will forget if you just do it and say, I'll remember. Now, if you do wait too long to remove them from the jar that is being fermented, those seeds can sprout, and then you've lost your whole process of this. And one tomato can produce literally dozens, if not hundreds, of tomato seeds. So saving your own tomato seeds, it's an easy process, it's a fun process, and it can save you money for years to come. Saving seeds and putting them in a cool, dry place, most times the seeds will be viable for 4 to 5 years, in perfect conditions up to 9 years. But keep in mind, every year you save those seeds and don't use them, the percentage of viability of the overall amount of seeds goes down each year.